I'm going to send you $10 worth of Litecoin, right? And we're going to do something. If any of you get this, maybe someone should even dedicate some time doing that, because I think it'd be pretty cool.
I'm doing it
but
right now.
You're going to show I've got 0 here, right, in your wallet. And then I'm going to show I'm sending it to you. I'm going to scan your code right through the screen. And then I'm going to send it to you. And you're going to see it. And you're going to go, yep, there's $10. I mean, that shows you what blockchain technology can do.
I know I have this question, and it's kind of hard to grasp your idea around what cryptocurrency is. So,
okay,
what is cryptocurrency? That's my question. Like, I kind of have an idea of it, but the broad world that we currently live in, how do you use it?
So let's break it down, Barney style. And first and foremost, what is cryptocurrency? Okay, let's just address that. Let's think about that for a minute. Any of you guys are probably all too young to even have used a checkbook with a ledger in it, right? Don't you even did that?
Yeah.
So let's forget that analogy.
No, I've seen it.
Let's use your bank account. Let's use your bank account. Like you log in through an app and you look at your bank account and it gives you a digital ledger, right? That digital ledger tells you what you spent, where you spent it, whatever degree, withdrew cash, made a deposit, blah, 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 blah. All that is a digital ledger. So let's assume that you have, say you have $1,000 that you've saved up. Now, you guys don't believe that somewhere there is a shelf with your name on it with $10, $100 bills, I hope, right?
No, we got that. Yeah. I hope so.
In fact, they probably don't even have any of your money. So you just got to keep your fingers crossed on that one. But that's a subject for another time. Anyway, so it's a digital ledger, and that's what Bitcoin is. But a digital ledger from a bank is something that is controlled by a bank. So it's centralized by the bank. It's controlled by the bank. That's really important to understand that. And, banks keep track of this ledger. And let's face it, you guys have never experienced the banks ever having an error. Am I correct?
Yep. No.
Banks never make mistakes, right?
Oh, even if there is, they fix it pretty efficiently. So,
but sometimes it costs you money.
Yeah, that's true. Time and money for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, so anyways, they're responsible for that digital ledger. But now, if you want to imagine let's just talk about Bitcoin, because, there's a lot of other cryptocurrencies and that gets quite parallel, and we don't want to really confuse anyone. So let's just talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like a digital ledger that's out there over the entire world, and including in space. There's several instances in space now as well. So the blockchain exists in space. And it's basically all these enthusiasts and people and companies that have a ledger that they're sharing with the world through the internet. Mm-hmm. The ledger says who gets what. The ledger says who has what. If I send some Bitcoin to you, it takes it out of my account, it credits to your account. So it's just basically a digital ledger. And the units of measure on it are Satoshis. Right? The smallest unit of a Bitcoin is a Satoshi. Bitcoin can be broke down into 100 million increments, and those smallest increments are often referred to as Satoshi, a bit, a byte. People have their own little acronyms for things, but a lot of people call them a Satoshi. And those Satoshis then are available for you to send around, to save, to send around, to do the same thing you do with your bank account. Because let's face it, when you take your little card out and you go to a bank or you go to Burger King, buy yourself a burger, you're taking out a card and you're swiping and it's adjusting the digital ledger. Well, take it to the next step. You can put an app on your phone that controls your Bitcoin and that you can then go and spend, and it will adjust the digital ledger. But the difference, and this is a huge difference, is that Bitcoin is completely decentralized. In other words, nobody controls it. Governments don't control it. Banks don't control it. So nobody can affect it. And it's done in a way of a high level of encryption called SHA-256. Anybody that wants to look that up can look it. I'm not a cryptology expert, but I know what it does. It encrypts it in a way that makes it virtually impossible by today's standards to hack. You take each block, you lay one block on top of the other, time after time again, and each block would have to be individually cracked before you could get to the block below it. So it's virtually impossible to hack. And some people will give you the whole thing about, you watch out, there's faster computers coming and there's all sorts of things coming. But, the bottom line is right now, based on current level of technology, nobody can hack it. So got a digital ledger. Everybody shares all over the world for free. But these blocks have to be created where they keep track of your transactions. That's where the miners come in. Miners create these blocks. And now you know everything.
Just for our audience, right? What exactly is a blockchain and how do you understand that concept?
Okay. Well, we talked about it, and it goes right back to the Bitcoin conversation that we had just a few minutes ago, where it's a ledger, it's a digital ledger, but it's a mutable digital ledger. That's the key thing with blockchain technologies. It can't be changed. It's encrypted. So it's like a database that is always perfect, if you think about it that way, right? Because, let's face it, if you've got any kind of database, if someone knows the way around that database, they can usually hack it. And I mean, it happens all the time. That's why places like Amazon go down, Facebook goes down, because somewhere somebody figures out how to hack their database, right? So think of blockchain as a database that can't be hacked. That's an easy way to think about it, an easy way for it to make sense for you, because now with something that can't be hacked, all of us can trust it. Like I'm saying, I'm going to send you $10 worth of Litecoin, right? And we're going to do something. If any of you get this, maybe someone should even dedicate some time doing that, because I think it'd be pretty cool.
I'm doing it
but
right now.
You're going to show I've got 0 here, right, in your wallet. And then I'm going to show I'm sending it to you. I'm going to scan your code right through the screen. And then I'm going to send it to you, and you're going to see it, and you're going to go, yep, there's $10. I mean, that shows you what blockchain technology can do. Like, we don't even have to be in the same room together. We can be anywhere in the world right now and do the same experiment. Nothing to it.
So is it more of just like a wiring process? Like you're just wiring someone money, or is it more like?
Well, remember the nodes all over the world, keeping track of the ledger, right? So it's always real time. It's always up to date. And you're not trusting anyone, because it's in all these nodes all over the world, and even in space, like I said before. So all these people are keeping up with the ledger all the time, and the miners are adding to the ledger all the time, and deducting is whatever is required. Like, I have to take it from me when I send you that $10. They'll take it from my wallet, they'll credit your wallet, and that'll be done through the Litecoin blockchain, not through the Bitcoin blockchain, because not necessarily, I don't want to overload you guys with technology, but many projects have their own blockchain that has specific use cases depending on what they're trying to accomplish. But the bottom line is there are several that can use existing blockchains and create their own tokens, like our Nuts token. Our Nuts token is not about making money, it's about educating people. And what you do with this token is we created it on the Ethereum blockchain, because what is Ethereum? It's a programmable blockchain. So you can program a token on there. And that's what we did. We programmed our Nuts token on there. And there's many very, very popular, very, very big projects that are ERC20 tokens. I mean, like, that token. I mean, there's so many out there. I could Poly's on Polymatic is one that's been pumping lately over 200% over the last little while. And there's many, many tokens. I just don't want to get you guys all kludged up in the technology.
Sure,
You sort of miss the bigger picture, right?
So you are a miner, correct?
Yeah.
So
well, I'm not a serious miner. Don't get me wrong. There are like huge places, I just have a few miners here and there that I use to heat buildings, because we live in a really cold place and they generate a lot of heat, and I end up getting my heat for free. So to me, it's kind of a no-brainer. I just don't understand why a lot of people in Canada don't get onto this. I've been doing it for years, and cold place, free heat, get crypto. Like, what more do you need to know? So did I kind of answer that question about what Bitcoin is? Now, what's Bitcoin? You tell it back to me.
Basically, a digitalized bank that like individuals can use.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Decentralized. In other words, the whole world shares this information. Literally millions of nodes around the world are continuously sharing this information, and in space as well. So that because of all that effort, that when you do something, it's going to be there. You go to send some Bitcoin, it goes to where you send. It's recorded through a blockchain. A blockchain is immutable. It can't be changed. So you've got a perfect ledger. Think of it like a big database, if you want, a spreadsheet. There's lots of ways to make it work in your brain in traditional kind of thinking. But the bottom line is it's an immutable ledger that nobody can change, even if they want to. So you can record other things. And there's been tons of really interesting things recorded in the blockchain over the years, some nice, some not so nice. But the bottom line is that's immutable, and that will be there long after all of us are gone. That will always be there.
So how did you specifically get started? So you started in 2013 when Bitcoin, or 2013, I believe, when Bitcoin wasn't that well known. So what made you want to start into this world?
Well, I've been an IT guy since younger than all you guys. So for me, anything that's new and on the cutting edge of technology, I invented some early internet technology. It would not even make sense to you guys right now. A partner of mine and myself invented pay-per-use internet terminals. Where you go up, you put a few bucks in like a vending machine, you get on the internet. That's because people didn't all have the internet in their pocket in those days, right? So it made sense in those days. You could go to the bar, you could check out this thing called the internet for a few bucks and, have some fun, learn about what everything is going on the internet that you see in the news. Well, of course, that didn't last long because now everybody has the internet in their pocket. But I invented that early technology. And so I've been telling people about new stuff that's come out since I can remember.